There's Oxford Street and Regent Street and Russell Square and Portland Place and Orchard Shaftesbury Avenue and Baker Street and Gloucester Place and Tottenham Court Road, Gower Street and Goswell Road and City Road and Aldgate, Waterloo Road, Charing Cross Road, Bank and Grosvenor Place and Vauxhall Bridge Road, Lambeth Road, Dover Street and Blackfriars Road and Pentonville Road, Euston Road, Marylebone Road and Gray's Inn Road and Bishopsgate and London Wall and Minories and Mansell Street and Upper 10th Street, Cannon Street and Tower Hill and Tooley Street. There's Albert Embankment, Piccadilly, Moorgate, Lambeth Palace Road, Victoria Embankment, York Road, Palmerston Street, Buckingham Palace.
Today's September 22nd, 2017. It's a Friday. John, you're at the airport like you usually are on Fridays. Good thing you're not in London trying to get around with an Uber.
Well, you can still get around until at least the 30th, and that's when they have to appeal before then. And I think they're virtually immediately appealing this ruling. But welcome, everybody. Andrew's right. The Uber became incredibly popular overseas, in particular in London, and they've just rescinded their license. And so now that'll go into a big, multi-month-long fight because they didn't rescind it because of an event or anything over there. They did it more or less just because Uber's got all these issues with, Travis Kalanick, the founder, and a bunch of other, boy problems in, the Silicon Valley men's club.
Well, and that's a London thing? I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, can they do that? Or, I mean, obviously they can do whatever they want, but I had to go look, and I was thinking, wow, that's a big city to get booted out of, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder what our friend that listens to the show, London Crusader, I wonder if he's an Uber. I wonder if he's an Uber driver. Uber driver, like an Uber taker.
Right. Well, I was over there, Andrew, as you know, twice this summer, and I used Uber both times. It is half the price of the other means of transportation, with the exception perhaps of, I don't know what Lyft gets over there, but the black cars and the regular London taxis, twice as much. Now the taxis have cut their fare immediately 50%, 50%, because of this move. So, I mean, they're pretty clearly trying to, jumpstart some competition in this space because Uber was just owning it.
It's funny though. You know this from traveling to London and overseas for years, and as have I. I remember when the red cabs came out, and I think they called them khaki cabs. I don't know. We're allowed to say that. I think that's a bad word, but they didn't like those cabs. They said, "Oh, the red cabs, they're like stealing our business." And this was like the black ones, the ones that knew the knowledge, the ones that drove around the city. And now it's like Uber. They're all hating on Uber. Now they want the red cabs back. It's just kind of a funny,
Yeah. Well, I mean, competition's always good for somebody else, not for you. And I'm sure the guys driving those cars thought that, because they knew the streets so well, they deserved this, much higher fee. But God, with GPS, I mean, with Waze and everything else.
Oh yeah.
How do they justify it? They can't, is the simple fact. Especially when I was over there, Andrew, with the family, I think I jumped in a Mercedes, I jumped in a BMW, I jumped in, basically traditional European models, but just had great rides. The guys were courteous, and it was fabulous. It was also nice to not pay 80 or 90 pounds to get to and from Heathrow, instead doing it for like 35, 40.
Yeah.
I think all of us can kind of get that.
All right. For our listeners out there in England that might be listening, do they still have people riding around on mopeds doing the knowledge to drive the black cabs? I want to know that. I wonder if that's even still a thing. I'm sure it is, but if you have a comment, leave it. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know if that's still a viable thing. Speaking of knowledge...
And you'll love this.
What?
Last night, I was out with Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Nah, really?
He has a guitarist that I was out with. I wasn't out with Slash. I've been out with him, but I wasn't out with him last night. but I know his guitarist. I know Slash is a guitarist, folks, so please, no need to leave me nasty comments about John doesn't even know Slash is like one of the greatest guitarists.
You read his book. Did he have a book? Right?
Yep, he did. It's a good book.
Yeah.
And Slash grew up mostly in L.A. But great book, fun read.
So what happened?
Lots of debauchery with Guns N' Roses. But this guy, I was out with he and his wife, Monique, Todd and Monique, Charlie Gasparino, and my hedge fund pal, Joe Fammy. We were all out at Mastro's last night, just enjoying a great time. Great time. And he was telling us about being on the road with Axl and with Slash and all that kind of stuff, and obviously how different it is when you're playing, 70,000 seat arenas and hearing people just rocking to your music. But yeah, we'll have to, when he's in Chicago, Andrew, hopefully we'll get him by for a podcast.
Now, this isn't the same dude that played for Kiss, is it?
No, that's Brent Fitz.
Yeah, that's right.
Fitz. This is Todd, and his nickname is Damn It.
So this is another hookup. Nice. All right.
Yeah,
Let me know.
I'll send you the picture, but his wife is easily 6'3". He's like 6'5". Tall, thin dude with beautiful black hair. I mean, any woman would be jealous of this dude's black hair. It's like down to the middle of his back. So he looks the part of a rock and roller.
And what was he doing with Gasparino?
Gaspo is just a friend of mine, and
well, I know he is. You guys are in the financial.
So
How'd this guy fit into the financial?
Just because Joe and I know Charlie, and Charlie was available, and he said, "Yeah, let's go out." So
Nice.
We went out and had a great time. Mastro's treated us right, as they always do, and
Yeah, well, it's
too late at night, but
it's a long way. It's a long way off from the Laguna Beach view you had last week. God,
yeah,
you're all over the place.
And going down to New Orleans this afternoon, rather.
Nice.
So I'm going right from here, from New York. I'll fly back, pick up my daughter, and then we'll fly on down to New Orleans.
Nice.
See, I'm confused.
You're all over the place. All right, well, that's good. So what did we do today? What did you trade? I didn't do any. I
did L Brands.
I saw that.
Rocked. That worked.
LB.
I still like the FedEx that we did earlier in the week, and Stephanie Link was talking about that one today on the Fast halftime. And what else did I do, Andrew? I did some Halliburton.
HAL.
I bought some Halliburton calls, yeah.
I like Halliburton. They used to be right down the street from my house in Farmers Branch, Texas. Still like that name.
Well, unfortunately, I got to shut the phone down, Andrew, because we're getting down the runway here.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're on a plane, so get out of here, man. Have some fun down in New Orleans, and we'll see you on the Instagram, and we'll get this podcast up, and if you have any comments, leave them.
Beautiful. You have a good one, Andrew, and all you folks, remember, you can always get the podcast on Google Play, iTunes, or YouTube. Have a great weekend.
If you don't know your way around, these roads will get you farther. And there are literally tens of thousands more you can discover.